Everyone says flight simulators are just video games. They look at the monitors, the plastic yokes, and the colorful graphics, and they shrug it off as a hobby. But as someone currently chasing the massive, grueling dream of becoming a commercial pilot, I absolutely had to know the truth. Is this expensive desk setup actually teaching me how to command a real aircraft? Or am I just burning hours building dangerous, deep rooted bad habits that a real world flight instructor will have to painfully beat out of me on day one? Every single night after finishing my normal daily routine, I lock myself in this room. I spend hours in the simulator practicing my standard traffic circuits, rehearsing emergency engine out procedures, and tracking demanding instrument landing system approaches through zero visibility fog. To my brain, it feels incredibly intense. It feels deeply technical. And to anyone looking through the window, it looks exactly like flying. But aviation isn't learned in a bubble. The moment I open up my actual ground school textbooks or sit down to talk with seasoned real world flight instructors, a massive reality check hits me. They all tell me the exact same thing. They say the simulator is missing the single most vital element of aviation, the actual physical feel of the air. Think about it. When you are sitting in a static chair in your bedroom, your inner ear is completely lied to. You can pitch down into a steep dive or pull up into a sharp climb, but your body experiences absolutely zero G-forces. There is no turbulence rattling your teeth. There is no sudden sideways buffet from a hidden crosswind trying to push you off the runway centerline. Because of that massive disconnect, a student pilot can easily develop a dangerous habit called panel staring. In the simulator, because there is no physical sensation to tell you what the plane is doing, you train your eyes to stay glued to the digital instruments on the screen. But in a real aircraft, especially during your initial private pilot training, you are supposed to be looking outside 90% of the time. You need to look at the horizon, feel the bank of the wings through the seat of your pants, and listen to the pitch of the wind screaming past the aluminum skin of the fuselage. So today I am pulling back the curtain completely. We are breaking down the exact mechanics of what a home flight simulator handles absolutely perfectly and where it completely and utterly misses the mark. For a real student pilot, let's start with the good news because the simulator does have a superpower. It is an incredible, unmatched laboratory for building pure muscle memory and practicing rigid checklists. Before I ever stepped foot inside a real flight school airplane, my simulator taught me exactly where to find every single switch, knob, and lever without even looking. I learned how to flow through pre-flight checklists seamlessly. Fuel selector valve to both, mixture rich, throttle cracked, magnetos to start. When you can practice those motions 50 times at home for free, you aren't wasting expensive aircraft rental time trying to figure out where the fuel pump switch is hidden. The sim is also a masterclass in mental procedural training. It forces you to learn how to read complex airport taxi charts, how to program a GPS navigation unit, and how to interpret the moving lines of an instrument approach. It gives you the rare luxury of hitting the pause button mid-air when you get overwhelmed. You can stop time, analyze your mistakes, look at your flight path, and try it again. It allows you to fail safely without facing fatal consequences. But here is where the ultimate reality check happens. The second you step into the real world, the sheer volume of sensory information explodes. In a real airplane, I am not just playing with a plastic throttle lever. I am managing a living, breathing mechanical engine. I have to constantly monitor the oil temperature, watch the cylinder heads, lean the fuel mixture to keep the engine running smoothly, and worry about carburetor ice choking out my power. Then there is the environment. In the real cockpit, you are constantly fighting the invisible, chaotic ocean of the atmosphere. When a thermal updraft hits one of your wings, the plane rolls violently to the side. Your hands have to react instantly with micro corrections on the yoke. You feel the physical resistance of the air pushing back against the control surfaces. Your feet have to work the rudder pedals constantly just to keep the nose pointed straight. And let's not forget the sheer mental pressure. In the simulator, if you misjudge a crosswind landing, you hit the reset button, laugh it off, and grab a snack from the kitchen. In the real cockpit, when you feel the wind shear violently drop your left wing at 50 feet above the asphalt, your adrenaline spikes. Your heart beats against your ribs. You know there is no reset button. The physical stakes are inky.